uh, with analytics and tech. Having co-founded GeMTech Paras solution to help businesses be successful in government tenders, be B2G efficient. He is currently the CEO and has been helping businesses in this capacity. He was a lawyer advising companies on compliance and funding and has developed a deep B2G space expertise over the last decade. A fun fact about Prashantji, which I learned just before, he is continuous learner, and in this realm of healthcare, he is pursuing his doctorate in law. So very interesting to hear that, sir. And I think that shows the amazing strides he has been making and innovation he's been pursuing. Prashant believes in adopting to change and embracing new tech, and that's why he's agreed to spend some time today with us to share his insights on revolutionizing public healthcare with analytics and tech. So warm welcome to Prashant, sir, and I'll hand it over to you to take the stage and share some insights.
Thanks for the warm welcome. Meanwhile, I just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you firstly for joining us in this groundbreaking session on next-gen public procurement. Your presence is truly appreciated, especially on this auspicious occasion of Baisakhi. By the end of this session, I guarantee you will be amazed by the incredible potential of the current public procurement platform. The biggest disruption that has happened in the history of public procurement in independent India is government e-marketplace. The intent to create a seamless, scalable, transparent, efficient, digital and minimal interface for growth of the country and creating accountability for public procurement system. भारत में पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट जीडीपी का एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा बनाता है, which is close to 22 to 30%. It contributes to that length and breadth. सरकारी प्रोक्योरमेंट में सरकार सिर्फ टैक्स पेयर्स के मनी का ही सहारा लेती है, एज वी ऑल नो, एंड जिसको सरकारी कोष के रूप में जाना जाता है. जनरल फाइनेंशियल रूल्स 2017 इट डिटरमाइंस द प्रोसेस ऑफ यूजिंग पब्लिक फंड्स फॉर गवर्नमेंट प्रोक्योरमेंट. सरकारी प्रोक्योरमेंट को जो जारी रखने के लिए बहुत ही जरूरी है. सरकार को जो लगातार दबाव में रहना पड़ता है जस्ट टू एंश्योर दैट प्रोक्योरमेंट को कुशल और नैतिक तरीके से चलाया जा सके. सो दे ऑलवेज एंश्योर द टॉप नॉच सर्विस डिलीवरी एंड प्रोटेक्ट पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट विदाउट फेल. जेम ने पहले ही दुनिया भर में अपना प्रभाव दिखाया है और सभी देशों को ध्यान में रखते हुए जिस तरीके से जेम आगे बढ़ रहा है, जैसे जैसे यह बढ़ता रहेगा, यह हमारी सरकारी टेंडरिंग को देखने के तरीके को पूर्ण रूप से बदल देगा. इसमें एक महत्वपूर्ण कगार पर चीजों में परिवर्तन देखने को मिल रहा है. We are today discussing based on the consulting experience over the past 3 years and our vision for the future of procurement. However, it is very important to note that the direction of GeM and similar platforms is ultimately shaped by the visionary leadership, including the CEO and the decision makers of GeM. Today, during this session, chat box will be your friend, and use reactions button specifically to electronically raise your hand whenever I may ask you whether you agree or disagree to the facts which are shared during the session. Make most use of the chat box, and we will have some queries at last part of the session. Also, exactly if we ask, electronically raise your hand now if you believe that procurement is a very slow, full of paperwork, rigid, secretive. Some people may think there's a lot of favoritism, corruption. If you think so, you may electronically raise your hand. It may overlook the quality, innovation, and where even specific requirements of project may be getting missed during the procurement. If you think so, you may just raise your hand electronically. Okay, so exactly if you think so, what if you are told that there is a revolutionary platform which is transforming the way government buys and businesses sell? Let's dive into the world of next-gen procurement today. It is exciting, linked to the GeM government e-marketplace, how it looks like. So prior to GeM, there had been 200 different platforms which were working on the procurement. GeM or government e-marketplace is revolutionizing the procurement in India by focusing on efficiency, transparency, fair competition for businesses of all size. Before GeM's inception, procurement faced several challenges. So three of the core challenges which were faced were primarily limited vendor options, price inconsistencies were there, and inefficient resource allocation due to the localized supply base and varied bid prices. The second major challenge was it was time consuming manual procedure which was leading to extended turnaround times, administrative burdens, and risk of collusion. Complex regulatory frameworks were in place because state governments and central government have diverse guidelines for the buyers. Adding to that, the various policies which relate to MSMEs, Make in India, and specific item reservations, which are specific to one district, one product policy. GeM addresses these challenges by offering a very unified platform which simplifies the procurement process, ensuring transparency and standardizes the entire procedure. It streamlines the vendor selection, reduces the administrative overheads, and minimizes the risk of collusion. GeM is now on the verge of reshaping public procurement into more efficient and competitive landscape. We have seen the journey starting from GeM 1.0 to GeM 4.0 now. Government e-marketplace has recently achieved two significant milestones. First, it has crossed a procurement benchmark of 4 lakh crores in financial year 23-24. Secondly, GeM is now the world's third largest e-commerce platform. It is acknowledged very recently. Comparatively, if we compare with Amazon and eBay, which are the largest and the second largest platform, so Amazon as on date has a market value of close to 123 lakh crores, and eBay on the other hand garnered around 1.7 billion visits per month, making it one of the most visited e-commerce platforms globally. Despite the dominance of these two giants, GeM's impressive procurement has laid benchmark, and its ranking as the third largest e-commerce platform globally underscores is its major role in transforming the public procurement. With today a strategic focus on expanding its reach, integrating the government buyers across all tiers into robust e-procurement infrastructure, GeM is well positioned for continued growth and success. We need to understand how GeM has been in the past, how this entire journey moved, in order to understand how it will be in the future as well. So, just to understand in a brief about GeM, this journey started in the year of 2016. In its very beginning, in the very nascent, to understand what GeM holds for us in the future, GeM was launched in August 2016 with a vision to transform the annual government procurement market. It was estimated to be a whopping 5 lakh crores of market based on the various agreements that are signed by GeM with various states, public sector undertakings, then other agencies which are related to the government. In a span of 5 years until March 2021, I call it phase 1. In the 5 years, GeM only achieved a gross merchandise value of 85,322 crores. This actually represented transition of approximately 17% of the total target. So the total target was 5 lakh crores. However, in 5 years, 85,322 crores was achieved by GeM. However, the procurement in a single year in 2021-22 rose to 1 lakh crores, more than 1 lakh crores, and they achieved 21% of the procurement. How this happened? So government sought a very clear clarification from various buyers for their non-use of GeM, subjecting them to audits. As GeM procurement is beyond CAG audit, this strategic shift reflected in the numbers, and the total procurement rose to 2 lakh crores in the very next year. So there was a whopping again 100% increase of the total procurement. And this year, GeM was able to achieve more than 4 lakh crores as a gross merchandise value, propelling it to the number third position across the world. Further, we understand the evolution of GeM with reference to the various media articles which have come from time to time. With launch of GeM 3.0 in January 2018, a nationwide effort to onboard the sellers started. Today, there are more than 30 lakh sellers who are selling on this platform, marking a crucial step forward. In a surprising move, government linked the evaluation of IAS and IPS officers with the usage of GeM, which increased the interest in procurement activities. This strategy led to significant increase in procurement, as I highlighted, and what they achieved in 5 years, they were able to achieve in 21-22. The core reason was the very linking of the IAS and IPS officers with the usage of GeM. Utilizing advanced technology from time to time, GeM integrated AI and ensures transparency to prevent malpractices. Imagine now that AI is seamlessly assessing a bidder qualification, conducting reverse auctions, and awarding orders based on the lowest prices. All of this happening while a flagging exercise to see that excessive procurement is not happening, as it is the fiscal responsibility of the government to do procurement as per the general financial rules. GeM's evolution continues further with a cabinet's approval, wherein they also included agencies which were cooperatives. Further, additionally, a pilot scheme currently aims to engage consumers directly. GeM intends to do a pilot phase for B2C. This will bring a huge shift. Currently, GeM is only a business to government platform. Government is intending to do a pilot phase for B2C, wherein it will be rivaling the major players like Amazon and eBay. Recognized as the third largest e-commerce platform globally, GeM's trajectory suggests that it will dominate the market as the other nations consider to adopting GeM's model for public procurement. Its global influence will keep growing. With time, we should assume that public procurement is transitioning from traditional methods to digital AI-driven marketplace, and with GeM leading the way, its success domestically and internationally, coupled with various potential expansion plans, direct to consumer sales, promises a bright future for the public procurement. Why does GeM matter at this stage? It is only because GeM is evolving beyond B2G also. In the B2G, there is a yet more to achieve. However, in the B2C and exports markets also, we can expect GeM coming in the future. Offering a chance to be a part of the global explosion, there is also an understanding that in the future, integration with various other platforms like NSWS, which is a National Single Window System platform, for revolutionizing the licensing. Government may automate the entire process of finding out whether licensed players are doing business with the government or not. Since we have maximum audience today from the healthcare sector, so healthcare continuum aims to bring advantage to the healthcare industry. Let's start with some numbers as to what is the total healthcare sector procurement which is seen in the last few years. So we saw an increase from 13,262 crores as the data suggests in financial year 22-23 to 29,137 crores in the financial year 23-24. This is a whopping increase of 119% year on year. Within the healthcare sector, there are two major categories. One is pharmaceutical and the other one is medical devices. The procurement for pharmaceutical increased from 6,837 crores in financial year 22-23 to 23,000 crores approximately, which is marking an impressive increase of 245% again. However, the procurement for medical devices, if we see the data, has seen a slight decrease from 6,400 crores to 5,500 crores in 23-24. This decrease was estimated to be somewhere around 13%. The medical device sector is undergoing massive changes with regards to regulations, quality compliances, and impact of Make in India initiative. While these changes may impact the procurement in government for a while, in the long term, they are expected to boost the sector's growth. When we link it to the government policies, furthermore, the government Make in India policy and public procurement order, coupled with the urge to replace China as a manufacturing hub, indicates that India's healthcare sector will grow much beyond bounds. The Make in India policy and public procurement orders are implemented very seriously by the government, and it has made a special platform for ensuring the implementation. We will also take a look at this platform. Let us take an overview of the grievance portal, which is meant for Make in India compliance. This platform is an online portal launched by Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which is primarily DPIIT, under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The portal is designed to handle various grievances related to alleged violations of public procurement order in 2017. The PPP order 2017 was issued majorly to promote domestic value addition in the public procurement. What does it mean? It aligns with the Atmanirbhar scheme, Make in India initiatives of the Government of India, very clearly aiming to catalyze indigenization and effort to promote local manufacturing. This will lead to further enhancement of income and job opportunities for the local masses, and will also contribute to the Indian economy. Through this portal, entities like suppliers, bidders who are participating in a government procurement process, they can lodge a grievance for alleged violations of the order. The initiative is a significant step towards promoting transparency and accountability in the public procurement. Previously, such portals did not exist, even though the rules were in system, but there was no such platform where one could actually raise complaints against the alleged violations. On the public procurement Make in India order, you can also report violations related to public procurement preferences for domestically manufactured goods. Examples of such violations would include a government tender favoring a foreign-made product over similar Indian-made product, some discriminatory condition which you may see in a tender that is disadvantaging the local suppliers, also non-compliance conditions with the stipulated local content requirement in the government procurement. Government from time to time is implementing technology in the back end on a very big scale. These are some examples which will be very interesting for you to understand that from time to time government is running hackathons under the Smart India Hackathon 2023, where they came up with a few tools which will relate to the procurement. These 6 tools will create a huge impact going forth in the next gen procurement. First of it is sentiment analysis tool. This tool aims to analyze the sentiment of incoming calls and social media for the help desk, call centers, and customer services. It provides insights into the customer satisfaction potential issues, which may be enhancing service delivery efficiency to understand the public perception. Through its integration and bandwidth, it would be increasing phenomenally from attending 1.5 million calls that arrive at customer contact center of GeM as on date, and it will further lead to increase a phenomenal management of close to billion calls on a regular basis. The next very tool is image verification tool. It was very much essential in GeM to handle the large ticket system to have such AI integrated in the backend. It was designed to verify the product images uploaded on GeM. This tool automatically detects misleading and unauthorized images, preventing errors in the procurement and ensuring that buyers receive the right product without a manual intervention. The third tool gives a glimpse to us from a futuristic perspective. It is a price comparison tool which was demanded during the Smart India Hackathon 2023. This tool compares the price of products across various web platforms, potentially favoring suppliers with a lower price while promoting the transparency. It may completely shift the decision-making process towards a data-driven approach, impacting the traditional buyer's discretion. So the tool will have capability to scrape data from World Wide Web. Whatever products are selling on a different platform, it will be giving a suggestive analysis to the buyers while they initiate a procurement, and they will be able to understand if they are taking a right decision in terms of buying a product with regards to its price. The fourth tool, which is the regulatory compliance tool, it was not demanded by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, which manages the GeM. However, it was a demand from the Ministry of Power. It intends to centralize procurement regulations and policies, since there are different rules at state level and central level, which sometimes create a conflict in the procurement. This user-friendly tools ensures compliance and streamlines the procurement process. It enhances the contract management efficiency of the government and also promotes transparency in procurement practices. Furthermore, in the fifth very tool, again, which comes from the Ministry of Power, it is a very department-specific portal which is developed for Northeastern Electric Power Corporation Limited, which is short name known as NIPCO. This portal streamlines the procurement and payment processes, enhancing transparency, operations, and participation of micro small enterprises. The key reason why organizations abstain from participating in government processes directly is payments, and with GeM, the very myth that payments are delayed during a government procurement is now addressed. 99% of the times during helping organizations, we have found that the payments are coming well within timelines. The deadline of 45 days is very closely monitored, and government is ensuring that entities who participate with government departments get their payments on time. Further, the sixth and one of the major tools which relates to compliance is IP tracking and AI analysis. It is a crucial tool which is used for monitoring bidder and buyer behavior during a procurement process. It actively checks and verifies what are the bids which are participated. The tool has the capability to track IP addresses, detect common links, and generate incidents for further investigation. It has the capability to verify that during a bid process, the bidder and the buyer do not use the same system, do not use the same IP addresses. In case they are colluding in any way, this tool will be generating alerts for the departments, thereby making it far more seamless from a perspective of audit. The future tools will also explore AI analysis of social media presence of the buyers and bidders, satellite vehicle tracking linked to the Aadhaar, where in real-time communication tracking between buyers and sellers, they will be able to track it. Now, what are the various winning strategies in terms of participating on a government tender? Now that the technology is getting utilized on a very vast scale and the opportunities are ample, wherein one tender used to procure a lot many items, on this platform, every procurement is subdivided into multiple tenders because item-wise procurement is being done. For any organization to win on this tech-enabled platform, the journey begins with a 3B principle, which we follow, which includes best price, best of compliance that one should observe, and best of analytics. Compliance period on the GeM platform is 7 years of compliance, wherein one needs to maintain those documents, similar to how government operates in the income tax today, and one needs to have those documents in place to ensure that they have managed compliance. Similarly, here, best price, best compliance, and best analytics is what can only help you increase your winning ratio. Real-time data is very crucial for transparency, which builds the trust. And eventually, trust is essential for success. Especially in the government tenders, let us look at 3 important stages which one must track for ensuring increase of success. The first stage is bid identification for quoting. This is primarily a chance to level playing field. If the current tender parameters are unfavorable, there is a condition which is restricting you from participation. We can raise a representation to neutralize them. For instance, if a tender requires a certain certification that one may not have, they can propose alternatives and demonstration during the competence. Also, during this stage, one can use the 48-hour window of representation which is available on GeM, unless and until a buyer who has raised a demand on the platform addresses to the representation which is raised on the very platform, they cannot proceed with completing the bid or proceed ahead with the bid without addressing such representations. The second very important stage is technical evaluation in progress. This stage is the opportunity to showcase to the buyer or invite the buyer to visit, showcase samples, and convince them of the potential that the bidder may have. We highlight technical criteria that favor a particular product. Imagine here an example for a car manufacturer who is showcasing their advanced safety features during a tender for the government vehicles. Only once when you start visiting the buyer, showcase your products, you actually start creating a credibility, and credibility will enhance the visibility with the buyer and eventually lead to more and more success. Financial evaluation awaited stage is the third stage, where not much can be done. However, there are tenders where reverse auction may not be enabled, or you may think that a reverse auction is there. Still, you have an opportunity to further give discounts due to some policy change within the organization. So the two approaches that deal with the third important stage, financial evaluation awaited, are actively participating in a reverse auction and offer a PNC even post reverse auction only when one has a price advantage. Remember that at every stage, it is very crucial to see that real-time analytics will help you navigate through these stages effectively and ensuring complete visibility and credibility with the buyer. So before we move ahead with what kind of analytics can be done, what stages can be captured, I would love to answer any questions if you have any so far.
No, thanks, sir. I believe
Mr. Nimish, you have raised your hand.
Hi, sir. Thank you for allowing me to ask my question. Uh, Sir, I read on somewhere that startups are given if there is a price because GeM has to buy from L1 categories. So startups are given a 20% hike on the pricing comparison. For example, if a competitor of us quotes 100 rupees for the product and a startup quotes 120, so we will be given a priority in the GeM bidding. Is that true?
So it is not 20%, it is primarily 15%, and it is a preference which is given to startups. Not just this, startups are also given an exemption from various qualification criteria with regards to turnover, and there are some more criteria which are given as an edge to the startups. It is primarily in order to promote startups doing business with the government of India.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for answering this. Secondly, a lot of whenever we see the GeM tenders coming out, there is a criteria that is startup exemption for startups, and there is an option of yes or no. In maximum tenders, we have seen that that option is ticked as no. So then, even if you're a startup, you have to surface your 5 years balance sheet or 3 years balance sheet. You have to have a minimum turnover certificate. All those things you have to need to have previous orders from a government institute. So automatically, although the guidelines say that you have to prefer startups, but if you mark the section as no, then all the benefits are taken away from that particular tender.
So just because the startup preference criteria is not a mandate on the buyers, and also it is a policy under the central government. So most of the tenders where it is floated by a central government agency, you would find this clause to be yes. However, state governments have an option to mark it as a no as well. There is no mandate on the state governments. And this is primarily because GeM is a very vast platform dealing with multiple industries in order to ensure quality, even though there are options like quality cost-based selection parameters, which can be implemented during a tender. But specifically with the healthcare sector, owing to the quality concerns, startup exemptions is at times not given by the state governments.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So are there any other questions as well?
Not at the moment, not even on LinkedIn Live yet. We'll continue, sir.
Okay. So now we will cover aspects as to what kind of analytics can be done. Some basic analytics can be done with regards to your self-participation on the platform. Further also, detailed analytics can be done with regards to the competition. So what exactly should we analyze in a tender? To thrive in today's competitive landscape, embracing back-end analytics is very imperative. And integrated analytics to even capture the minutest of details, it is essential for successful tendering. With the explosion of opportunities on post-GeM, tracking each stage and monthly comparison are very vital for success. Segregating participated versus missed opportunities, along with the tenders which are in progress and the planned actions on those tenders which are under progress, ensures a very focused approach. In this way, one can create detailed records of lost tenders with a proper reason as to how to enable monthly actionable insights. These actionable insights can be converted into alerts and tailored strategies based on the product and department level tender segregation can optimize the outcomes of a tender. A notification system which can alert several stakeholders during this process until a resolution is addressed, it will very effectively manage the failures. Automation normally would eliminate any kind of cost and would ensure that the key requirement of a government tender today, which is primarily cost reduction, is also addressed. Embracing technology and analytics to revolutionize your tendering process is very important as on date. Either you can create one such analytics for yourself, or you should look to partner with experts for such seamless implementation of the analytics. With AI coming into place, government is also planning to use AI to an extent. One should look to bring technology in the current ecosystem and avoid using manual processes in order to reduce the cost as well. The analytics does not stop at tendering. It is also very important in the stage once post tendering you start to generate orders. Now, with orders, what is most important is the payment mechanism. So in the realm of order management, effective analytics streamline execution and ensures timely payments. अब कोई भी मैनुअल चलान और पूरी हो चुकी सप्लाई को फॉलो अप करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. So with government, the focus shifts from payment follow-up to securing a CRAC. CRAC is a technical term which is used on GeM platform. It refers to Consignee Receipt Acceptance Certificate. It is a certificate which you receive from the buyers once you have completed your supplies. They give you this certificate as an acknowledgement that the supply received is as per the terms of the order. It plays a pivotal role for prompt payments. Government initiatives support OEMs in this endeavor. And implementing end-to-end tech, including escalation system for payment delays, is also very critical. Even though there are policies of the MSC, MSME Facilitation Council is also playing a very good role in terms of ensuring timely payments. To manage this transformative journey, ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी एंड एनालिसिस को पूरी तरह से अपने सिस्टम का पार्ट बनाने के लिए you can look to partner with consulting organizations which can actually help you create such analytics. Here we cover how to track our actions on the platform in the two last analytics that I have shown you. However, you can also in detail capture the analytics with regards to your competition. Let us now assume one of your competition is HDFC Bank. You may have a different competition. As an assumption, we are assuming that HDFC Bank is a competition to your business. So what kind of advanced analytics can be done with regards to competition? Advanced analytics can be leveraged to monitor every single transaction with the government ecosystem. Given that all the data is publicly available, the key to success will lie in using technology to track every action of our competitor. We today work on finding tenders. Despite doing the best effort, we do miss tenders at times. While technology enables us to track competitors' action on a real-time basis, it also helps us to see that we don't miss any opportunity. इसमें कंपटीशन की हर प्रक्रिया, टेंडर जिसमें वे भाग ले रहे हैं या फिर उनकी मल्टीपल बिड्स और विन रेशियो के आधार पे उनको टेरिटोरियल डिपार्टमेंट एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वाइज एनालिसिस, उनके लूजिंग ट्रेंड्स के आधार पर one can define the go-to-market strategy. It also involves monitoring their last quoted prices and filtering data based on the stages, organization, volume, and value. Artificial intelligence can provide suggestive analysis on every bid by proofreading the available competition insights. यह एक तरीके से आपको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट तरीके से मदद कर सकता है कौन से क्षेत्रों में किसी भी तरीके से कोई कोट नहीं कर रहा है, जिससे संभावित जो भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमारे पास हैं उनको हम पता लगा सकें. In short, technology, data annotation, AI analysis are very essential for improving the transparency, efficiency, and competitiveness in the government transactions. With multiple procurement methods, including 6 types of bids, there are various options of selling to the government. How technology can streamline these processes, we will cover those aspects of tendering now. So if there are any questions, you may please feel free to ask. So, okay, we will, yeah. Are there any questions?
All How do we
Hello?
get this data? I think Mr. Pradeep has this question. Pradeep sir, do you want to speak out?
Yes. That sir shown that data of HDFC and other banks. So there is any platform or it is available on the GeM that we can track builders competitor data.
So, sir, the way we have created this platform is primarily something that we are using internally. So you can definitely reach out to us as well. However, this entire data in segregated formats is available on the various public domains. But for every domain, you will have to find data, analyze data on that domain itself. It may not be available in this format on one single platform. It is available with us, so you can definitely take support as and when required. All the platforms, be it DevProc, e-procurement, or GeM, all the tenders and orders data along with stages is also available on those platforms too. So if you have an interest towards a specific data, you can see it on those platforms, or you can reach out to us as well.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we cover the basic facts around various kinds of procurement. There are majorly 4 types of procurement. If I segregate them: direct purchase, push button procurement, L1 comparison, and the various types of bids. So the direct purchase functionality on GeM allows the buyers to purchase products up to 25,000 without comparison, except for automobiles which have no limit. Buyers can choose from the available sellers on GeM, ensuring the required quality, specification, delivery to the specified location. This process involves 3 simple steps: search for desired products, select the appropriate product parameters, and identify the product meeting the requirements. Then they can add it to the cart and complete the buying process. It does not require any kind of comparison with other brands. However, the second major procurement is L1 procurement. Before that, GeM also does push button procurement. It has introduced this experimental push button procurement primarily for 50 categories initially, simplifying the procurement process for purchases up to 1 lakh rupees. This system driven procurement is currently used for 50 categories. It is an additional method of procurement where it can be used for at least 5 bids are received. When 5 bids are there, then they can use this procurement. If the number of bids received in PBP are lesser, then they will have to go for a traditional procurement method, which is a normal bid. No requirement for splitting can be done in the push button procurement, and contracts are placed directly by GeM without any human intervention. This method is only permitted for the categories with at least 10 listed sources, which means if the category is there on the platform, then there should be at least 10 sellers with 10 listings on the platform, then PVP can be used. Currently, items like printer, all-in-one PC, projectors, cameras, industrial grease are few examples which are procured through this type of procurement. After PVP above 1 lakhs, there is another slab between 25,000 to 5 lakhs. This is known as L1 procurement, in which GeM facilitates direct purchase of orders ranging between 25,000 to 5 lakhs. Buyers are required to compare offerings from 3 different original equipment manufacturers, which means one seller offering 3 items will not be able to qualify for a L1 procurement. There have to be 3 different brands in order to ensure that the product can be procured under L1 procurement. Even if one seller is uploading 3 different brands from a single ID, then also the system will not fetch the details. It has to be 3 different sellers portraying 3 different brands on the platform to sell under the L1 procurement, ensuring that they meet the required standards in the terms of quality, quantity, specification, and delivery timelines. Subsequently, the system generates the L1 product automatically, and the buyer selects the system recommended L1 product to proceed with placing a direct purchase order. This system is also misused at times, and it is very much in the notice of the government. The third major type of procurement is bid. Now, bid is segregated into multiple types. So, if we segregate majorly, it is into 6 types. So, the first one is normal bidding, which is purchase over 5 lakh rupees. A bid can be published. Minimum duration of floating a bid is 10 days. It has to be live for 10 days. Order goes to the L1 party, and after the financial bid is opened, buyer can also cancel the bid if needed. There could be some reasons, they can go with a competent authority approval, and they do have a right to cancel such a bid. The second important type is PAC bidding. It is meant for proprietary article certificate enabled bidding. So for specific brands or models, let us take an example again. A buyer requires OnePlus 8 Pro as a mobile phone for their department. They can go for approval of CFA if needed. CFA is nothing but Financial Occurrence Authority of that agency. And similar to a normal bid, they can select a PAC option. PAC does not require 3 bidders to participate in that tender, and the PAC functionality is very much available on the GeM platform as well. The third type of bidding is custom bidding. Custom bids refers to a bidding which can be done only for items which are not available on the platform. In case the category is missing, customized specs or items which are not on GeM can be asked by the buyer by publishing on the platform. But a precursor to creating a custom bid is to generate a GeM ARPTS report, which refers to GeM non-availability report primarily. If the product is not available, the system will allow floating a custom bid. The minimum duration of bid initially was 21 days, which is now reduced to 10 days, again with a CFA approval. CFA refers to the Financial Occurrence Authority. The fourth type of bid here is BOQ bidding. BOQ bidding can again be done for those items which are not available on GeM. In case the buyer wishes to buy multiple items, they can do bulk procurement of similar items or services, upload a filled pro forma on the GeM platform as per the format given by the government. The minimum bid duration for BOQ bidding is also 10 days. The list of the items have to be included in an Excel format and they are uploaded on the platform. Any buyer, any seller can actually participate such a bid without the need to upload a product. They can simply give the relevant documents as required by the tender and also give the pricing in the Excel format itself. Buyer again has a right to cancel the bid, negotiate with the L1 party, and also put specific additional terms and conditions. So there are some general terms and conditions which comes as a part and parcel of the bid, be it any kind of bid. However, the buyer has an option to even add additional terms and conditions in any bid process. Additional terms and conditions would normally overrule the general terms and conditions. So whenever you are reading a bid document, whenever you are reading a tender document, if ATC are mentioned in the tender document, one has to take care of fulfilling the ATC terms. The fifth type of bid primarily relates to load-based bidding. This is less used, but it is also one of the methods which is available on the GeM platform. Buyer declares the technical and commercial loading criteria for the bid evaluation. It is optional and applicable for specific categories only. So, sorry, the slide had changed. I have come back to the principal slide. So in this case, the buyer uploads the documents for evaluation, evaluates the price, post-loading the same, it is informed to the bidders, and load-based bidding can also be used. It is a very less used type, so it is not much known. The sixth type is bunch bidding, which refers to a situation where multiple categories are to be procured. The category is available on the GeM platform. However, buyer, rather than creating different bids, wants to purchase through a single bid. They can bunch various kind of categories in a single bid type, and buyer purchases multiple items without any need to create multiple bids. With regards to bids and types of procurement, if there are any questions, feel free to ask them as well.
Sir, I believe there is a question around identifying a way to which competitive products are registered under OEM in a particular category by Mr. Ashwini. So do you want to ask your question, clarify further?
Okay. So on the GeM platform itself, on the very left side, you have an option of browse all categories. In case you wish to understand what are the competition brands which are available on the platform, you can identify the right category, and you further have an option of view all brands who have listed the product on the platform. So GeM is very transparent. Such information can very easily be tracked on the platform as well. We keep on doing such sessions wherein live insight as to the GeM platform is also done, and we look forward to doing such session where such a clear insight or a practical insight of how to use GeM platform can also be given. due to paucity of time, it will not be viable to do a live demo of the GEM platform right now.
Yeah.
So, but I hope I must have addressed your query.
This question, Ashwini ji, do you want to continue? I think you raised
Yeah.
your hand.
May I ask?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Yes, we are able to see the brands, but whether they are under OEM or not, that is what is not understandable from that list.
Okay. So once you log in on the system, with all the listings which are available on the platform, you would also see on the very listing itself, it writes below whether it's a vendor assessed product or not. So if vendor assessment data is available, you can check that data, but it is only visible once you have logged in with your own ID. So you will be able to see how many vendor assessments they have conducted, which vendor assessment they have failed, how many they have passed. It is very much available on the platform. Also, in case you find it difficult, you can definitely reach out to our team to take a live understanding of this with the team itself.
Sure, I've already sent a request on the portal, your portal also, to contact. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
So is
Nimish,
there any other
do you
question
have
as
a
well?
question?
Yes, sir. So add, a lot of times the tenders that they have is, I think, they have asked for maybe 10 things, and suppose as an OEM you are manufacturing only 8 things out of them. 2 things you're not manufacturing. So they don't allow us to quote in that case. So how to navigate through this?
So you will have to use the representation window in order to ensure that the buyers are well intimated. So this is primarily a BOQ bid condition which you are talking about. BOQ bid is also under 2 types. One is a total value-wise evaluation. The other one is item-wise evaluation. In an item-wise evaluation, when multiple items are asked, an entity can participate even with a few items. However, when the department is seeking a total value-wise evaluation, they intend to buy products from a single vendor who can quote all the products together. The second way of looking at it could be, even though it is difficult from a OEM's perspective, is collaboration with some other vendor or participating through a vendor wherein the vendor can represent your product and also the products which are missing on the platform with regards to your product line. So they can collaborate with some other OEM and eventually quote the entire product line. But this is a
But
very relevant ask
this is
from
a very
you.
pardon, sir.
This is a very relevant ask from you. So representation can be raised as soon as the tender is floated, and the buyer must be informed that they will be missing bidders in case they come up with such a condition of total value-wise evaluation.
I did not ask the I did not get the last statement that you said. Can you come again, sir?
So the question you asked is very relevant. From a OEM's perspective, it is
Yes.
very difficult to arrange all the products. You may be dealing into a specific product lines. So you
Yes.
should be opting to raise a representation. You have a 48-hour window as soon as the tender is floated and inform the buyers through representation window that the condition of total value-wise procurement is actually not enabling you to participate such a tender.
Okay. So and they are happy to address that address the problem.
Yes, absolutely.
No, as in has it been seen previously by your experience that they have allowed कि वो partial bidding कर लो?
So sir, that's what I said. When you say partial bidding, BOQ bid के अंदर 2 types हैं. I'll explain it again. One type suggests the complete bid-wise valuation, wherein if 100 items are asked and you quote a price of all those items, the total value of the tender which you have quoted is compared to the different other bidders who have participated in the tender. The second one, where you say partial bidding, is actually a type of BOQ bid wherein item-wise evaluation happens. So item-wise, they segregate which vendor has quoted what price, and basis the comparison, they award order to different vendors.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so you can reach out
Okay.
to the department through representation, seeking them to change the evaluation type from complete bid evaluation to item-wise evaluation. And also this will be as an advantage to the buyers as well, because it will not cause loss to the exchequer of the public funds, government exchequer primarily, and you can highlight these concerns so that they can get your product as well as a part of the bid.
Okay. So fair enough. As a following question to this, so जब इसके tender allotment होती है, so if I have quoted 10 products, but I am L1 in only 2 products. So so does this mean that I have to be L1 in all the products, or I have
If it
to
is a
be
bid वाइज वैल्यूएशन तो पूरे
yes?
टेंडर के प्राइस को देखा जाता है. अगर आपने
Okay.
एक टेंडर में 10 प्रोडक्ट्स को कोट किया और उनका टोटल प्राइस multiplied by the item quantity comes to 1 crore rupees as an example, and the
हाँ.
other bidder has quoted 90 lakh rupees. However, in the first 5 items you may be at a lower price. Complete bid wise evaluation में जिसका प्राइस पूरी बिड का कम होगा उसको अवार्ड किया जाएगा. जब आइटम वाइज इवैल्यूएशन होगी उसके अंदर आपको जिस आइटम के अंदर L1 प्राइस आया है, accordingly multiple bidders will be given order basis which item who has become an L1.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Sir, I believe we are heading towards the time, so maybe we'll park the question for the last.
So one very important fact which we need to know, that government is looking to revolutionize the complete urgent local purchase L1 comparison procurement. As we approach towards the conclusion of the session, it is essential to recognize that while government e-marketplace aims to enhance transparency and efficiency and inclusivity in the procurement, there are areas of concern where such misuse of L1 procurement method is being done. It has been exploited by the sellers and buyers both through collusion. However, there is a talk of significant change on the horizon. Buyers may soon be required to digitally publish their local purchase requirement, even for the urgent demands. Similar to a push button procurement for amounts up to 1 lakh, this amount will be increased to 5 lakh rupees. While the L1 comparison will continue, preferred seller privileges will be eliminated. So buyers will not be able to inform the sellers in collusion of what kind of procurement they wish to do. It will now allow the sellers all across India to submit their best offers for the digitally published demand within 5 working days. It is estimated that the order will be awarded to lowest bidder agreeing to supply within a shorter timeline, which may range between 5 to 10 days, because the L1 procurement is only done when an urgent procurement is required by the department. In order to ensure that in L1 procurement right quality is provided, API integration plans with platforms like National Single Window System or BIS or Quality Council of India will validate the product quality and the seller automatically. It will thereby additionally ensure the timely delivery, and government will be able to utilize the dedicated app to capture the images of the supplied item and also coordinates of dispatch so that any wrong product is not received. Currently also government captures e-waybill and e-invoice details during the supplies. The Indian postal system, there is a huge investment which is going in, and it is esteemed to be becoming a preferred partner for dispatching government supplies. With every step from pickup to delivery will be automated. One more major issue in the healthcare domain is also counterfeit products. So to address to the counterfeit products issue, it will be tackled through barcoding, facilitated by GeM's agreement with GS1 India. There's already an agreement with GS1 India, and the agreement is very much available on the GeM's website on public domain. It is known for barcoding services. This will enable the tracking of items from procurement to utilization, reducing thereby also the risk of overbuying, wherein government buyers keep on stocking these products. So these potential changes signify a new era of transparency, efficiency, and fairness in the government procurement. Also, with this, we need to understand that implementing technology becomes the need of hour, and future is digital. The integration of such technologies on the GeM platform promises a transformative shift. I hope you can envision the possibility of such technological advancements in GeM, and look forward for entities to implement tech more and more from time to time. So we are ending with the session with a clear aim to help organizations in using technology to best of their advantage, and for them to ensure that from time to time they increase their participation on this platform. It is not just a B2G platform. It will very shortly be a B2C platform. So before we end the session, if I say light at the end of the tunnel, if you ever felt apprehensive about GEM, I hope today's session must have shed light on the tremendous opportunities that it offers. Remember, it is a transparent, efficient, and inclusive platform, but it is on us how we utilize it. It definitely brings a level playing field for all the businesses. Like somebody asked about startups, there are various exemptions for MSCs as well. Consider joining government e-marketplace to unlock the complete world of government procurement possibilities. Remember, with GEM, compliance is something which you need to take care of because it comes with a 7-year of period, and you can focus on winning orders and growing your business. Thank you, Manishji and Healthcare Continuum for granting me this opportunity, and special gratitude to all the attendees for their patient listening. We eagerly anticipate being a part of more such public procurement sessions. So thanks everyone. In case there are more questions, please feel free to ask.
Manish sir, you're on mute.
Prashantji, thank you so much for such a wonderful and very insightful presentation. I'm sure like all the participants must have got a lot of insights into, because GeM, a lot of curiosity, people have around. And I've been hearing about this for last 5-6 years. And even at the end of your presentation, I could see like a lot of things I had in my mind for last couple of years got sorted out. So great presentation. Yeah, and yes, we would have a couple of say standalone session, physical session, we're just planning for, because this needs to, this needs an industry outreach. So that's all I have to say. We'll look forward to do such doing such sessions in future. Yeah, Raghu, over to you.
Great
So,
insight. Yeah, go ahead.
one thing which is very important to understand is the ground reality of implementation of GEM is something which has been challenging, and it is actually challenging also because the nation is very wide and implementing it all across industries. If we understand, government has done a very wonderful task in bringing one such unified platform where the opportunities from every hook and corner of the country is available. And we look forward that with growth of GEM, it will become easier from time to time for the bidders also to participate on such a platform.
In fact, Raghu, I'll just make one statement and you can very well conclude. For past couple of days, I've been thinking about there could be export market outreach. And if you look at the public procurement system and process all over the world, especially in Global South, they need this kind of support. Yes. So I've been thinking about probably coming month, we'll make a joint, we can have a meeting with, say, all concerned at GeM to move this proposal. It's win-win for all concerned. Yeah, Raghu, please conclude.
No, totally, sir. Very glad to hear amazing initiatives that have been undergoing. I'll just open the forum for folks to ask questions. Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. I had good comments coming in LinkedIn Live as well. Amazing insights. Any questions from the folks? Hey, Prakash is sharing some comment. Do you want to unmute yourself, sir, and share your thoughts?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Prakash.
Yeah. So this certainly was a curtain raiser to understand the immense amount of opportunity that is being present. So the general understanding is that, hey, GeM is too complex. So there are a lot of things which goes above the head. So only thing is just need to have a structured approach and just need to be in the game to understand it. And certainly it is a good amount of opportunity being present in front of us to make use of it. So I found this session to be a curtain raiser. So will there be questions? Yes, as we delve into it, there'll be more questions. For example, how do you approach a BOQ, L1, all those processes. So it's an ongoing journey. I'm certainly happy that I'm part of this initial session. Look forward to have more sessions.
That's amazing to hear, sir. Thanks a lot for joining, and glad you find it helpful. We are continuing this series of masterclass. This is fourth in series. We'll have the next one in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And that would be more about transformative leadership by Naveen Lakur. So we are bringing emerging topics to help leaders like you and others to
Sure.
progress. Yeah.
Yeah, are there the past sessions being available for us to watch? Because I just got into the session recently. If there's a provision to have a look at what was covered in the past, it would really help us.
Definitely will share all the videos. We have so far 3 sessions.
Okay.
One on adaptive leadership. Probably it was discussed in India INC for the first time, and
Right.
it was delivered by Ms. Ritu Rana, who's been practicing this for last 12 years, and she was ex-VP of MDocs. And second was on mental health, because we forget that we need to have a good mental health vis-a-vis taking a good take a good decision, informed decision. So we overlook actually. And third one was delivered by Dr. Shivkiran Markham. He's part of Atal Incubation Center and based at Anandpur. And he talked about the global outreach of Indian startups. In fact, he is one of the lead authors of Startup 20 document that was released last year under India's G20 presidency. So like that, the next one we are going to have Mr. Naveen Lakur. This gentleman, he's been working on Indian innovative mindset, and he's dealt with the clients like Mercedes, Sony, Infosys, TCS, and so like that, we have a couple of interesting sessions. Idea is like to give as much inputs to the concerned industry in healthcare, so that they can take an informed decision. And the second say objective behind all those master classes are like we believe in democratizing the knowledge sharing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Manishji, as a gesture, we would also like to offer any sort of free support for registration on GeM or policy support around MSc to all the people who reach out to us through Healthcare Continue. And we would be glad to help organizations build their business with the government ecosystem on GeM platform.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, thank you.
Good suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a few requests already coming on LinkedIn, Prashantji, for that. Like we need more insights and sessions. So thanks for offering that, and I'll route those to you. But thanks everyone for taking time this afternoon to join this session, and I hope you find it insightful. I have shared the link for registration for our next session, as Manishji mentioned about. Please feel free to register, and we look forward to see you there. Feel free to send in your questions later as in they come, and we'll connect you to the Prashant sir and his team. With that, we'll conclude the session for today in case there are no other questions. And thanks again, everyone. Have a good.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.